About 3 years ago, myself and a couple of GPers were on our annual jaunt around the Play Expo in Manchester when we came across a big flat screen TV surrounded by nice branding, Roman helmets and an interesting looking historic hack and slash game called Wulverblade. Now, I'll not give you a complete rundown, but in short, we played a bit of the game, talked to a nice chap called Mike, did an interview, which you can see, I'll probably link it around here somewhere, and then went about our day, looking forward to the release of the game later on that year. Issue is, it didn't. Nor did it in the next year, nor the next. I'd semi-forgotten about the title, to be honest, when suddenly, last month, I got an email informing me that it was going to be out soon, and did I want a review copy? Yeah. Wulverblade is a classic hack and slash type beat 'em up game wherein you are a member of a northern British tribe past Hadrian's Wall, faced with the looming encroachment of your territory by pro-Roman forces and the Romans themselves. Using a variety of tacks and weapons, you have to travel through the land, severing limbs, cutting off heads, and generally showing the Romans why Hadrian's Wall was built in the first place. As mechanics go, if you loved your classics like Golden Axe, The Turtles, Streets of Rage and Final Fight, then you will need little introduction on how Wulverblade works. Each of the three characters has specific strengths and weaknesses, more damage, speed, etc. And using the attack button, you hack away at your enemies with slight variations like the jump attack, a roll, a charge that knocks the enemy over, a close attack that allows you to throw them if you want, and once per stage, an attack that enables you to call in wolves to finish off your foes for you. So far, no massive change. But where Wulverblade seems to differ slightly from its retro forebears is with things like ground kills. If an enemy is stunned, a heavy attack when you pick up and collect heavy weapons, a special attack that builds up power as you fight and lets you enter a berserker rage, and even a block, something, especially in games mentioned above, you weren't able to do. On top of this, you're able to use the environment to your advantage, picking up knives, spears, impale enemies on barricades, and even use the people's severed heads and limbs as projectiles. It honestly never gets old. If you add this to the cartoonish but beautifully rendered animation, replete with the slow motion 300 style finishing strikes, an active foreground and background, and of course the history within, you have a nostalgic feeling game that delivers something more and in a lot of ways improves upon it. Old school beat 'em ups tended to be just mindless button bashers that fed off how much money you could afford to put in, with skill being a minimal priority. And my girlfriend's 6-year-old girl showed this very aptly when she completed Golden Axe on my emulator in a few hours. Now, with enough lives, you can get past most, if not all levels, just by hack/repeat. This game though, as much as the hack/slash genre is a part of its bedrock, does not rely on it completely, and I got the sense that after a few hours of doing said actions and dying a lot, that more was needed, and I would have to be wiser, use my power attack, save my power up, and use my damn shield. As it is, you seem to have 3 levels of difficulty, though I think there is one you can unlock as well on the campaign, with easy, normal, what I'm on, and arcade, which only gives you 3 lives and 3 continues. Very old school indeed, but very double hard. On top of this, there's also the arena mode, which pits you against increasingly harder enemies and doesn't give you much life. I got up to like wave 9 last night before being cut down by some armor wearing Romans. And if that wasn't enough to keep you hooked, there are achievements, collectibles, high scores, and history lessons galore. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me, you learn while you play too. All this being said, I do have one small gripe about Wulverblade, and it's not so much the game itself, but my preference on button loadouts. And it would seem, on Xbox One at least, more intuitive to have the block button mapped to the left trigger, so you can block then slash, block then slash. As it is, the buttons are mapped only one way, and I found it harder to use, and therefore a harder game to play. So it would have been nice to have an option to change my setup. Apart from that, I've not had so much fun playing a beat 'em up in years. It takes a nostalgic feeling genre and updates it and improves upon it, with plenty of scope for competition and replayability. A must buy and a lot of fun. Therefore, Matt's going to give this game 4.5 out of 5. Wulverblade is now finally on general release on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and on Nintendo Switch. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please give it a share, give us a comment if you've played the game, how you feel about it. If there's other games that you want us to have a look at or review, then please let us know in the comments below or send us an email at content@geek-pride.co.uk. Thanks a lot.